The girl everyone bullied until they discovered her secret life. Every morning, Ava walked into school pretending everything was okay. She smiled when teachers looked at her. She stayed quiet when students whispered about her. And every time someone laughed at her old clothes, she acted like it didn't hurt. But deep inside, it destroyed her. The popular girls mocked her every single day. She wears the same hoodie every week. She probably doesn't even shower. She's so weird. Ava never responded. Not because she was weak, but because she was exhausted. Every afternoon after school, while other teenagers hung out with friends, Ava rushed home to take care of her father. 3 years earlier, he had been injured in a terrible accident and could no longer walk properly. Since then, Ava became everything. She cooked, cleaned, worked part-time at a grocery store, and stayed awake late every night helping her little brother with homework. Sometimes, when everyone slept, she quietly cried alone in the bathroom so nobody would hear her. One evening, after finishing work, Ava opened the mailbox and found another hospital bill. Her hands started shaking. There was no money left. That night, her father looked at her with guilt in his eyes. "You shouldn't have to live like this because of me." Ava forced a smile. "We're family. That's what family does." But secretly, she was losing hope. A few weeks later, the school announced a citywide art competition. The winner would receive a large cash prize and a scholarship to one of the best art academies in the country. Students became excited immediately. Everyone knew the rich kids would probably win. Meanwhile, Ava quietly wrote her name on the sign-up sheet. When the other students saw it, they burst into laughter. You can barely even afford paper." Ava looked down and walked away silently. What nobody knew was that art was the only thing keeping her alive. Every night after her family slept, she sat beside the kitchen table drawing for hours under a dim light. Drawing was the one place where her pain disappeared. Days passed. Then competition day finally arrived. Hundreds of students filled the massive auditorium. Beautiful paintings covered the walls. Professional judges walked around carefully examining each artwork. At first, nobody noticed Ava's painting hidden near the corner, but slowly, people started gathering around it. The room became quieter and quieter. Her painting showed a young girl carrying her entire family on her shoulders while secretly falling apart inside. The emotions felt painfully real. One judge stared at the painting for almost 5 full minutes. Another judge quietly wiped tears from her face. Soon, the entire auditorium surrounded Ava's artwork. Students who once mocked her stood there speechless. For the first time, they finally saw her pain. When the judges announced the winner, the room held its breath. "First place goes to Ava Thompson." The auditorium exploded with applause. Ava froze. She couldn't believe it. As she walked toward the stage, many students lowered their eyes in shame. The same people who bullied her every day suddenly realized they had never truly known her. One judge handed Ava the trophy and asked, "What inspired this painting?" Ava looked down for a moment before answering softly, "Sometimes the people smiling the most are carrying the heaviest pain." The entire room became silent. That night, Ava returned home holding the prize money in her shaking hands. Her father stared at her with tears in his eyes. "You did it." Ava smiled for the first time in months. Not because she won, but because after years of feeling invisible, someone finally understood her.